what we're seeing over the next couple months, if interest rates stay at that 7% level, if the amount of buyers keeps dwindling, and if the amount of homes keeps going up, we're going to have price decreases probably. Woo wee! That makes it seem like the Utah real estate market is going to start losing a lot of value this year. Maybe true, maybe not true. I don't do as much speculation as I like to take the numbers and tell you what I can kind of see in them. So that's speculation, so whatever and whatnot. I want to talk about three big things today. One is going to be the things that real estate agents and lenders are saying right now. What's the big thing you're hearing from every real estate agent? Interest rates are high, but if you don't buy a house right now, then when you do try to buy a house when interest rates go down, there's going to be so much competition. It's going to be back like in 2020. Anybody that's saying this is dumb. It's a dumb statement. Don't believe that. Lenders are saying, oh, interest rates are going to start going down any minute now. They're going to start going down all the way back down to 5.5, 5%, maybe 4.5%. Maybe in a couple of years we'll see 3%. Also, a lot of that stuff's dumb. Some of it could possibly happen, but it's all pure speculation. You got to keep in mind that everybody last year said that interest rates are going to be down to 6% by this point. Everybody thought once the Fed started decreasing those rates, it was going to be something that made it so that homes were more affordable, and it didn't happen. Interest rates are going to go down sometime in the next 1 to 5 years, something like that. But nobody knows when that's going to happen. And on top of that, the amount of demand that would go into the decreased interest rate, so more people are buying houses because of decreased interest rates, will never be at the same level as they were back in 2020. So even if there is more competition, it'll be a much more standard market than what people are acting like. So we're just getting those two out of the way. And for anybody that is wanting to have some kind of a quick resolution to this video, there you go. Home prices in Utah are looking like they're going to start going down a little bit the next couple of months. And on top of that, don't listen to real estate agents. It's a good lesson. For anybody that's wanting to stick around, today I'm going to go over the Utah real estate stats, median sold value, homes sold, mortgage rates, all of that stuff, and give you an interpretation of what the numbers would indicate the future looks like. It's going to be wrong. These numbers are not meant to be something where you make huge financial decisions off of this. You should sit down with a real estate agent. You should sit down with your financial planner before you do any of that stuff. But hopefully this gives you an idea of where the real estate market currently is at. And if you go watch my other videos, you're going to have a really good idea of where the market's value has been going up or down, probably some news insights, and then an idea of days on market, homes sold, homes listed, everything in between. So stick around for all of that. We're going to jump into it. Before we do, though, just real quick, I am a real estate agent in the state of Utah, southwestern Wyoming, and southeastern Idaho. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in those areas, I'd really appreciate having the opportunity to be interviewed. If I can't service the area that you live in, I'm part of a network of really good, great real estate agents, people that I send referrals to all the time. And every time the referral says, man, the agent was wonderful and I loved them, and I am super appreciative of that. So I know agents all over the country and some in Canada as well. So if you're looking for an agent, let me know. I'd happy to point you in the right direction. And all of those things are what help pay and help me be able to do these videos. So they're just hugely useful. If you enjoy the videos, a like would be super great. If you comment down there right now something, and a subscribe is always helpful. We're trying to get to 10,000 this year. Other than that, let's just get right on. Okie dokie, what are we going to start with first? We're going to start with the exact same thing we always do. Median sold value for January of 2025 was at $498,500 for a decrease of about 1% month over month and an increase 3% year over year. So last year, median sold value was right at $485,000. So we saw an increase of about $13,500 in home value increase over the last year. In these ranges, more of an increase of 3%. I want to be clear that home values have been stuck between this $495,000 and $500,000 range since March of last year. They've kind of just been hovering here, going up and down a little bit, up to 510. So the next few months, if they do start dropping back down to 495, 490, it'll start being an actual trend that prices are starting to decrease. And my assumption that prices are going to start decreasing come from the next two most interesting stats. The amount of homes that sold in January in 2025 was 2,089. Basically, year over year, 9% less homes sold, and month over month between December 24 to January of 25, we had 32% decrease in the amount of homes that sold. This is important because the amount of homes listed has actually started to rise substantially. So we saw the amount of homes listed in January 2025 was 4,457. This is 18% higher than 1 month ago and 74% higher than compared to 1 year ago at this same time. So we are seeing very specifically a huge decrease in demand while also at the exact same time having a huge increase in supply. This is a direct consequence. I don't want to say consequence. It's a direct. This is a direct outcome of kind of what's been happening since September of last year. What we were seeing was that homes sold and homes listed since September have always kind of been very similar. So year over year, they were both demand and supply were both going up, while month over month supply was going down similar amounts. We saw a lot of that stuff in October, November, and one key outlier would be December of 2024, where there was just the hint of the idea that we saw demand going up by 12% compared to 1 year ago, going down 1% month over month, but the amount of homes listed being 0% year over year and month over month down 25%. So we started seeing this higher demand, possibly lower inventory, which we were thinking maybe there's a chance if that keeps happening that we're going to see home prices increase. And the script completely got flipped for January of 2025 because it's huge indicators that the amount of homes sold, the demand is going down, and the amount of homes listed is going up by substantial amounts. So that's where that key indicator for me comes into fact that it looks like home values are going to be going down over the next couple of months. The reasoning behind this as well comes from just the fact that interest rates are all the way back up to an average of 6.96%, which is 0.14% higher than a year ago and 0.24% higher than 1 month ago, the average. You can see right here, there was a moment in time where they dropped all the way down to 6.18%. This was about October of last year. And continually they've risen. So this is what's draining, this is what's sucking everything out of demand right now, and why it's so hard to find buyers just in general is that homes are just more unaffordable. When they're down at that 6.18 range, we could see more demand coming into the market. So those are the big things to notice is the amount of people buying homes are less, probably tied to the amount of interest rates, the mortgage interest rate that they'd have to pay. The amount of homes being listed is higher, probably just because people have been waiting to try to list their house because they want the market to get better and they're running into a wall where they have to sell. Maybe that's pure speculation, but that wouldn't be a bad way to look at it. As well, on top of that, we're seeing that the amount of time that homes are on the market, basically the median days on market, is all the way up to 49, which is another continual increase from basically since May of last year. So we're all the way up to 49 days, which is still technically a seller's market, but much higher than what it's been all year long, showing a weakening seller's market. That's what that indicator very basically means. And then lastly, on top of that, we're seeing median list of sold value at 97%. So if you're buying a house that's $100,000, you should have the expectation to pay 97% on it. That'll change deal to deal. This isn't meant to be a hard number, but it gives you an idea that homes are selling for less than what they're being listed for. There's less people who are buying homes, and the amount of time it takes to sell those homes is taking longer as well. And that's the basic message of what we're seeing over the next couple months. If interest rates stay at that 7% level, if the amount of buyers keeps dwindling, and if the amount of homes keeps going up, we're going to have price decreases probably. I typically want to go into more detail on all this stuff and the specific nuances of it, but I think this is just a great message to end off on today. So a shorter video, great. I hope you made it all the way through. If you did make it all the way through, give it a like right now because I want us to see what the next 3 months look like. And I want everybody to realize don't listen to everybody that's saying that the market's going to spring back and turn into this crazy thing because there's no indicators showing that. Comment down below if you have any other questions. But other than that, I just appreciate you watching and I hope you have a great day.